Hello everyone and welcome back to Java Forever course. Currently we are learning about data structures, and in the previous class we learned about hash map. We are going to continue and dig a little deeper into hash map methods. Now, as you know, hash map is a data structure that gives you a meaningful data using keys, or also I call it labels. Each data has a label or each data has a key. The key in the hash map has to be unique. Now let's take an example where we will create a hash map. And in order to create a hash map, it's pretty straightforward. We use the hash map class, define in the angular bracket, define what is the data type you want. And in this case, I want a string, the keys to be string and values also to be string. And I'll give the name of the variable family in which I'm going to which will refer my hash map, and then I'll say new hash map. Then I will use put method to add or insert a value in the hash map. So right now my hash map looks very empty, but if after the first statement, after this first line of code, it will create a value called John, and label would be father. Then in the next, it will insert one more key, and then it will become Maria, and then label would be mother, and so on. Now, if I want to read the value of Maria, or I want to see who is the sister, since I use the word sister, I can simply say family, that hash map dot get. The put method adds value. Get is used to read the value. And I say family.get, and I pass the name of the key, which is sister, and this will return me Helen. So in order to find a value in a hash map, I can use the key and say that hash map variable dot get and pass the name of the key, and it will give you the value. If you want to add the value, then you want to use put method. Now, if I want to read list of all the keys that a particular hash map has, like I want to get this, this list, all the keys, then you use the word method called key set, and it's a method, so you have to use parentheses. In fact, all of these are methods. That's why you say put or function. So put and parentheses, dot get and then parentheses, dot key set, and then you pass the parentheses. Similarly, dot values will return you list of all the values in the key set, in the hash map. So key set is this and values are these, and this returns an array, because this, as you can see, is a one-dimensional array: father, comma brother, comma mother, comma sister, and all of that part. Similarly, dot values method returns the list of all the values. It does not tell you who is what. It doesn't tell you John is father or not. Now, if you want to know who is John, then there are other methods supported by hash map. So take a look at this. Now, if I want to, similar to arrays, there are ways you can iterate. I can use for loop to go over. Since the hash map has a method called get key, is key set, and remember this is nothing but list of arrays. It is basically an array. I can simply say that my key type, it could be string or whatever, and then some variable called key in and hash map dot key set. This will return me an array. So it is as good as iterating an array now. So I can, if I want to read for a particular value for a given key, what is the value? I want to print all the values for the key. I can simply say hash map dot get, and I already know the key now from this array one by one. And if I put it, it will start giving me list of all the entries. Similarly here, when I say system.out.print, I can get the key and also get the values one by one. I can together, if I want to iterate the key and value together, not one by one, then I can simply say map.entry and then the data type, whatever interested. This will give me the individual entry together. So if you say here let's say I'm creating a shortcut here. I'm going to say this is father, and let's say this is Y, this is mother, this is P, and this is son, this is K, this is daughter, this is A. If I want to iterate just this, I will do key set and then each key in the key set. If I want the values, I can say value in each dot get values. This will give me this. But how about if I want to iterate like this? I want to first find out this entry, then this entry, then this together. Then you want to use map.entry and then give the data type. And in this case, you can see it's a string and a string, and then family.entry set. This is a new method, entry set. So the hash map has multiple methods, and you can go over your hash map data in multiple ways. It provides a method where you can insert method, you can read one method, you can read all the keys, you can read all the values, you can go key value pair one by one using entry set method, then you can go like this and so on using the for loop or enhanced for loop for that matter. In fact, you will notice here that all of these are enhanced for loop because we are not dealing with indexes anymore. We are saying for every entry of key value pair, it will return one time, second, third, and fourth time like this. I can also say for every entry, sorry, I deleted this. So let's say this is, let's say this is father, this is mother, this is daughter, and this is say son. If for every entry, you can go like this and get these values, right? Or I can say every entry in the values. I can go like this, or this is son, or I can go like this, every entry like this, using this get value method. And again, should you remember all of that? Not really, because you can always do Java, you can always do Google to find the right method. It's good to practice, good to know that these methods exist. That way, when you're writing code, at least you know that there is a method, and you can always do a Google how to read key value pair together, using enhanced for loop, or how to read individual keys using enhanced for loop, right? When I'm interested only in the keys. So it's not, it's not hard. You don't have to remember each and everything, but that is, you should know, you should embed that in your head, and if required, you can always do a Google. Knowing the capability of a class, all the supported methods are important than the method itself. I always say that. Now, there is also a way to find if the hash map has the key. Suppose you want to, you are creating an address. The address has, street address 1, street address 2, city, zip code, the country. But then you realize if the hash map does not have country, then I want to add country. Remember, the key, when we say country, let's say I'm creating, a hash map I want to create and say, country, and I want to create this to USA. But you want to add this only if the key does not exist, because the key cannot be duplicate. So then you want to check if the key exists or not before you add this, before you do put. In order to do that, there is a method called contains key, and you can check if the contains key brother, then read the value, or otherwise you can say that, hey, brother is not present. Similarly, if country is not there, then add, or you can say country doesn't exist. Suppose you want to read the value of country, but then you cannot assume that country exists, because it is possible that in some address the user did not enter the country, so your hash map does not have country as a key. So before you read it, you want to make sure that country as a key exists, then only read the value USA corresponding to that country. Because if you do not check and it is possible that country key does not exist, then Java is going to throw an error to you. Okay. Hope this all makes sense. Java also, the hash map also provides a method called add all and put all. As you can see here, I have, provided here this entry. And the way you do it is you create a map object, and then add that map object in your map. That means you create a map and push whole thing into another map here. And you can see that using put all or method. Put method adds one entry into the key value, but put all adds multiple together into one. Okay, go ahead and take the quiz, go ahead and practice it, because this is only way you will really get it. The key thing is to understand where to use hash map, where to use array. We'll talk a little bit more about it. As I said again, you don't have to remember all the method names, but it's good to know the capability of this class or this data structure. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys again in the next class. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.